What's up, guys? Soba Squad here. I'm Dylan.
I'm Martin, and today we're going to be talking about finance in early recovery. Actually, I'll start off by saying that I can only speak from my experience. Last time I was in recovery, that I actually struggled a lot with finance because in early recovery, if you're fortunate enough to get a job in the first few months, then you need to be very careful, and you need to have someone to help you, and someone you can be accountable to when you have money. I will tell you right now. Last time I was in recovery, I got a job pretty much straight out of rehab, and it really, really messed me up. I think I got 2 or 3 paychecks, and with that, by my third paycheck, I saved up quite a bit of money, had so much money, and I ended up relapsing. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who has money in early recovery will relapse, but the thing is, I wasn't accountable to anyone. I had my bank card on me. I could spend money when I want. And I think that also, didn't do that well for my ego. And because of that, I just ended up relapsing. One night I was bored and I had money on me. I knew I wasn't accountable to anyone. And I ended up doing the physical part of the relapse, which was picking up and using. So sadly, that happened, but the pro side of it is that I learned something from it. This time around, I'm over half a year clean. I have had a job. I've had quite a lot of money on me this time in recovery, and I've been fine. I think now it's probably because I found my purpose, I have found my why, and it was a lot easier. I was actually accountable to someone this time around when I had the money, and things went really well. I used that money for good things that I don't regret now.
So, guys, finance in early recovery for me. An addict generally, he or she doesn't know how to spend money when they're in active addiction. Why? Because everything is about the next fix, obviously, and we would go and use money, abuse money, and find any ways to make money to find that next fix. And that was my problem. I always spent money on my addiction and my lifestyle around addiction. So that was partying, going out, casino, living that high life, but not actually going anywhere. And I mean, I had money a lot of the time, and didn't just have small amounts. There were many times I had big amounts of money, but before I blinked my eyes and opened it again, it was gone, and I was in the dumpster. I couldn't go anywhere, and I started crying and feeling depressed, and I blamed everything on everyone. And at the end of the day, the problem was me. I just didn't know how to spend my money. And many people have problems in spending their money on bad habits, bad addictions and things like that. But it's very important in early recovery to start looking after your money, and that's why we say the change of perception, because we need to start thinking about realistic things. We need to start looking at our priorities in providing food, providing a shelter over our head, basic things like that. And that's a thing an addict can't even do with his money. I mean, I used to have a flat, but if you walked in my flat, there was no food. I stopped DSTV, I stopped everything, and it becomes scary actually as to how much you lose and how much you actually affect your health in these negative ways, in having bad spending habits and having these spending habits that really run you into the ground. And I mean, you enjoy it in the time and everything's good, but the after effects of that are terrible. And I find it very important that, like Marty said, is have someone look after your money for the first bit. For me, my first paycheck was always gone on that next hit. You find yourself with a whole lot of money, and then before you know it, you are spending it, and spending it in the wrong reasons. And that is what a lot of addicts that I've also met, their problem has been. Once they have a large amount of money on them, they think that it's all okay, and that no, they can just do one hit, it's not going to affect their wallet, everything around them is going to be fine. but they don't understand that they have this disease. And finance will run you riot if you start taking it negatively. So guys, just some tips for when you are in recovery, just get someone to look after your money. Don't lie to people. Don't tell them, don't beat around the bush about how much you're making, what you're spending it on. Be realistic with yourself, be honest with yourself, and know what you want in life. Like Marty said, he found his why. I've also found my purpose and my why, and let that drive you. Spend that money on things that are good around you and that won't affect you negatively.
Guys, one more thing. I just wanted to say, a lot of people say finance in early recovery is a trigger. I personally don't believe in triggers. I think it all comes down to your desire to want to stay clean. If you really want to stay clean and you're in early recovery and you've got money, it's not going to affect you. It all comes down to your desire. My desire last time around in recovery wasn't strong enough, so when I got that money, I spent it without hesitating on my relapse. So yeah, guys, desire.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe. As you guys know, we have daily videos uploaded on different topics. There's so much more to come. We hope you enjoyed the video, and as you guys know, the story goes on. Peace out, Soba Squad.